The big release is Deadpool and Wolverine. We're going to talk with Herb Stratford about it today and tomorrow. Do some box office predictions, share with you some early reviews. People are excited about this. They're saying it could be the complete reboot and re-energizing of the Marvel franchise, right? And I hope it is, right? Because times were better when Marvel was at its peak. And then, of course, we had a slew of bad Marvel movies, and times haven't been that great. So I think there's a correlation there.
It's a good thing they have a 20-year planned list of releases. So
yeah,
we're good for a while.
Well, they actually had to nix some of them because things weren't looking good. Yeah. All right, but with that in mind, we're gonna do superhero themed bad jokes, and you know the deal. If it's a good bad joke, we'll sip some coffee to it. And if you have any superhero themed jokes you want to share with us, 600 KFMA 605-362. All we ask you is to be radio friendly and, of course, stay on theme. Mm-hmm. All right. Who wants to start things off? Rico?
I'll do it.
Okay, go for it.
Why is Thor's brother great at sneaking around?
Oh, Loki. Why?
He's very low-key.
Oh, that's his name. I didn't mean to almost inadvertently ruin the punchline. That's good. I'll sip that. Mari, you got one?
Yes. What do you call Iron Man without his suit?
What's
stark naked?
No. Okay. All right. Back on the Thor tip. Do you know why Thor's girlfriend left him?
Why?
She couldn't handle the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sip on that. All right, Rico.
Are you obsessed with Black Widow, Captain Marvel, and Scarlet Witch?
I am.
You may be a heroin addict.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
That's dark.
Those are signs. Yeah, that is super dark, dude. All right, Mari.
All right, well, what's the difference between Batman and a robber?
What?
Batman can go into a store without robbing.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what we did there.
Yeah.
What does Wonder Woman use to freshen up?
Wonder powder.
No, they don't guess it.
Answer, Mari.
These are jokes,
the rules.
Dude. Yeah. Her Amazon rainforest.
Oh.
No. Yeah. She uses the rainforest to do.
Why is Spider-Man so good at playing baseball?
Oh, why?
He always catches the flies.
Oh, all right. I like that.
I like that.
All right. Continue, Mari.
What does a superhero put in his drink?
What's that?
Just ice.
Oh, just ice.
Justice.
Yes. Okay.
So good.
Yeah. All right. What did Hulk say after his one night stand?
What?
Hulk smash and dash.
Oh.
Dang. Even the Hulk's a scumbag. He's an F-boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Bruce Banner isn't. Bruce Banner was looking for a relationship. Hulk smash. All right. So give me another one here, Rico.
What's always missing from Tony Stark's kitchen?
What's that?
The pepper pots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to be really into the Iron Man to know that one. Yeah.
She should be in the kitchen.
All right.
Come on.
Go ahead. Mari.
What do you get when you cross a superhero with a potato?
What's that?
A Sputterman.
Oh, Sputterman. I'd watch that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the phone and see if we listeners have a superhero themed bad joke for us. Rock 1 2.1. What's your name?
Ryan.
All right, Ryan. What's your superhero themed bad joke?
Why did Batman and Robin quit fishing together?
Why?
Because Robin ate all the worms.
Because Robin birds.
Nice.
One more.
Okay.
One more.
Right.
Why does Loki hate the day after Wednesday?
Why?
Because it's Thor's day.
Damn Thor.
Excellent job, Ryan. Thanks for the back-to-back bad jokes. We'll go to the next phone line here. Rock on 2x1. Who's this?
This is Daniel.
All right, Daniel, you got some superhero themed bad jokes for us?
Oh yeah.
All right, lay it on me.
All right. What's the toughest part about being Batman?
What's that?
Knowing that you'll never make your parents proud.
Oh,
too soon, dude.
Oh, that's good.
That's darker than the Dark Knight, dude.
I know.
You got any more for us? Or is that the only one?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What's the difference between Batman and a criminal?
What's that?
Batman always has to be the Dark Knight.
All right. Well, the first one was better. Excellent job, though, Daniel. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, as usual, our listeners wrapped up the bad joke segment better than we did, so I'm cutting this segment short. We were live on the podcast broadcast. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Do a roll call. Make sure if you're lurking to throw in a comment. Of course, we got Valdez in studio. Drop it for him, Valdez.
I'm Valdez.
And then joining us, we got the lovely Shannon, Cushing Street Skate Park, right?
Yes.
Cushing Street Skate Park. It's kind of like not rolling off the tongue, but I'll figure it out. It's like a tongue twister a little bit. Shannon's with us, going to talk about the fundraising efforts that Cushing Street is going to do. And then Caleb is going to be joining us as well. Where's Caleb at right now? He's going to be joining us via satellite, but yeah, what's Caleb doing? Can you hear me? I mean, we're in the same room, Shannon, but
I know.
yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay. So what's Caleb doing? Do you know?
Oh, you're talking to me. I need more coffee. Okay.
What's
I thought you were asking.
Valdez, what's Caleb doing, dude? Have you met Caleb before? No?
I'm like, I can sense he's maybe at home.
He's getting on the computer.
Yes, yes.
I can read. I'm psychic.
I'm not that bright. I thought you were actually asking Caleb. I thought you could like hear him, but you couldn't see him.
No, he's not on with us yet. I sent an invite. He's going to be joining us.
Vote on that one.
yeah.
Starting off great here. I think he's in Mexico City right now.
Is he really?
Wow.
Working on some, I think, a video and some work.
Nice. Okay. So, yeah, Mexico. You know what? This is the second time. That's like a sign. I need to go to Mexico City.
Yes,
now,
you do.
I've had friends who live there and grown up there, and obviously have visited there. Beautiful, is what they continue to say. Like, just the culture of Mexico City. Have you ever been to Mexico City?
I have not.
Yeah.
I want to.
You need to go to Oaxaca.
Okay. Why? What's it? Oaxaca.
Love Oaxaca. It's gorgeous.
Okay. So, yeah. Is it by the beach?
Mexico City. The beach is about, I think it's like 4 hours.
So it's like the jungle?
It's beautiful.
Speaking of Mexico, this is big news. Yesterday, they actually captured the head of the Sinaloa cartel. Sinaloa cartel, like the guy that was above El Chapo. He was in El Paso, Texas. When I walked by and saw Gerardo, he was talking about this and was super stoked about it. He was watching the news. That's all they're talking about on all the Spanish stations. And then I'm looking at the gringo news sites. I'm not seeing shit. And I'm like, you're talking like you got you got the Al Capone of the Sinaloa cartel, which is one of the most dangerous and largest cartels in the entire world, especially North America.
Of course, Mexico is excited. Now the tortilla prices are going to go down. Remember, because of the Sinaloa, they were bringing up the tortilla prices.
They were. They got their hand in everything, for sure. What are you fucking with there, Shannon?
My boots.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a headphone thing.
No.
Okay. Are your boots okay? You uncomfortable?
They're good now.
Okay, that's good.
Straight up dad mode. Like, what are you doing over there?
Well, I'm trying to,
In trouble a lot this morning. So
Yeah. Do you feel like you've been getting in trouble?
I am.
Nice to getting snappy. That's how I greet guests. I'm like, okay, this is how we do this, and then don't do that. No.
He treat you like this every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
It's my fault though. I show up late. I show up early. I show up on time.
Well, Shannon showed up early. Appreciate that, and yeah, we're ready to go. And I showed, okay, you could see on the screen.
Yeah,
when
I saw you
this.
had the plans.
The mock-up. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
I mean, the goal is, and then we have Caleb on, we're going to talk about that. The goal is to raise money, obviously. This
Yes.
Cushing Street skate park is going to be under the bridge. Is it under the bridge on Broadway there?
No, so it's at Cushing Street, hence the name.
Mhm.
And I-10.
That makes sense. Yeah. But where exactly?
So now I'm gonna be.
No, I know that's good.
Now it's your turn, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, here it
And then we'll
comes.
talk about it on the air, but where exactly is Cushing Street?
So it's right downtown. I pass it every day on my way to work. I live over in Barrio Hollywood, right by the Mercado, right by Caterpillar. I mean,
okay.
Caterpillar is right there. You come down Cushing, and then I-10 either way is there, and then you shoot off. I go over to Barrio Viejo to go to work. You could go downtown. I mean, it's so centrally located. It's the perfect spot. It's so funny. Somebody I drove past the other night and they were like, man, this looks like an obstacle. I can't.
An obstacle course?
Optical illusion. It doesn't look that big when you drive past it, but when you get out and walk under that, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. I mean,
And it's basically a bunch of dead space right now that
it's
you're trying
totally
to.
dead. Yeah.
What I like about it is, it utilizes the under the bridge, landscape just so well, or just probably because if it's not being utilized, the only thing that it's going to be used for is just like, the unhoused, just kind of like trying to block the shade. But you could actually use this into a positive area where it's being blocked by the sun. And there's the coolest skate parks in the country and the world are all under bridges.
Right.
People have figured this out a long time ago.
Yeah. I grew up in Kentucky, and there's my friends, Gary Collins actually started, they called it the Newport DIY. And it's under the bridge there. They built that themselves. They didn't wait for the city. They built it themselves, a little bit more hidden.
Yeah.
So they were able to do that, but there's a huge bowl there now, so much artwork. And again, it brings community. Like, I was there with my son a few years ago, and, he just loves skating the bowl and he loves that. I'm like, this is what we're doing in Tucson. It's just, we're doing it. We're not doing it DIY, you know, and we're sitting there, and like an Etnies team rolls up and they all get out of the van and they all just hit the bowl, and he's just sitting there like, oh my God.
Well, let me interrupt you real quick, and not to be a jerk, but I want to welcome Caleb onto the stream. He's been sitting backstage. Good morning, Caleb, dude. Joining us from Mexico City. How you doing, dude?
Pretty good. Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing very good, man. I like that. You got a little haze around you, so it looks like you're joining us from heaven.
Yeah. Camera. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
Oh, maybe there's a little bit of humidity in the air. Mexico City right now. What's the weather like down there?
Rainy season. It's really humidity right now. So yeah,
I love it.
It's nice and wet here.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, obviously we're catching up with Shannon, and we're gonna get on the air here to do a little tease, and then after play Godsmack, we're gonna pretty much talk about not only the mission statement of what you guys are attempting to accomplish here, but how people can contribute to help you reach that goal. Obviously, we're all about culture and community here on the show. Bella's been bringing up the cause here to our attention adamantly. And I'm excited about it because, honestly, it just seems like an excellent and really cool location to have a skate park.
Oh, yeah.
And, so have you opened or operated any other skate parks in the past?
I helped out with little projects here in Mexico City. I did it's called the Skate Lab. It was a part of the museum, the Tamayo Museum, where we just did a DIY ramps and quarter pipes for the kids and the community, really.
Nice. All right, we're getting on here in 8 seconds, so let me do a reintroduction here because we're on a podcast stream, right? We bounce back and forth from on air to just on the stream. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beefing Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Joining us, we got special guests. One via satellite from beautiful Mexico City. We got Caleb. Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
And we got Shannon joining me in studio, looking lovely as always. And I just met you, but I assume it's always. And we got
you to see early this morning.
So we're going to be showing you what the mock-up drawings of the Cushing Street Skate Park is attempting to look like. And this organization here with the mission statement and goal to open up a fantastic skate park right in the heart of downtown Tucson of underutilized land right underneath the bridge. And we're going to let you know how you can contribute to that. And you can check out the entire scheme of what the idea and the vision is on the YouTube stream at youtube.com/beefvegan. But that's what we're talking about next after Godsmack. Here's Truth on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. So who did the mock-up? Or did you do this?
I did not. It was a community outreach, kind of like what the people would want. The skaters would want to skate at the new skate park. So it was a community outreach, and then the mock-up was done by Wheat Design Group based out of Tucson.
Nice. So this has been a project in mind for how many years now?
October will be 9 years.
9 years you've been attempting to get this skate park going.
Yeah.
What have been some of the obstacles, dude? The city,
the pandemic,
yeah,
the funding, and just dealing. This park is on city land, ADOT, the freeway land, and the state land because of ADOT being with the state freeway.
Yeah.
So we had to talk to everybody and the water line, water company, because all the water lines run down under there.
Really?
We had to get approvals for like 5 different people just to say okay.
What's been some, and they did say okay, huh? So I mean, what's been some of the pushback that you received at first, and how did you overcome that?
You know, Tucson has a big BMX community, and
Really?
that was another thing. It's like, is it going to be BMX and skate? So that was a hard decision to kind of be like, it's only a skate park because one, I'm a skater and I'm trying to make this for skaters. I don't dislike BMXers.
Yeah, no. Is there some kind of beef that I don't know about? And I mean, why couldn't they both like partake in the same park, right?
Because they run into the skaters, man.
Yeah,
My kid got hit by like boom, and
Ah.
they're bigger, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they got
They are.
a bigger ride, I guess.
That's like a hockey rink. You know how you can't have like regular skaters and hockey players at the same time because then you have like a figure skater laid
Figure
out.
skaters and hockey players, yeah.
So by any chance, was this like inspired by Chicano Park that happened in the 70s in San Diego where the people protested so they can get that scrap of land that the city wasn't using and make it into parks for the neighborhoods? Or?
I was at that park when I went out to San Diego
Did you
last
go?
summer. I was like, my Airbnb was right by there. It was fucking badass.
It's the same thing. There's artwork and all kinds of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, it's
Like,
beautiful.
I went to school in Seattle and I used to skate a Marginal Way, the same underneath the freeway, and then went down to Portland. And they're famous for Burnside Skate Park.
Yeah.
Just coming back to Tucson and seeing like, you know, we have sunshine 24/7 and it's hot in summer. So
Yeah.
this park is like perfect for Tucson.
Yeah, because not only is it hot, but for skate parks, and they're all concrete based, so it traps the heat, and it's even hotter there than say an actual like a park that has grass. So you can't escape the heat when you're a skater, with the exception of having shade. And again, you know, with the land there, with this optimal setup of shade that is 100% underutilized because they got the bridge going on. It just you know, every major city figured this out. Just a way to kind of do this. And if Tucson wants to continue to evolve into a metropolitan, then they should definitely look at this as one of these options. Here, we're going in the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I'm talking with Caleb and Shannon, both behind the Cushing Street Skate Park. I won't say initiative. What do you call it? What's the official title, Caleb?
Cushing Street Skate Park. Yeah. The skate park, Cushing Street project. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, so Caleb, this has been a passion project for Caleb for about 9 years, and overcoming obstacles not only just within a city, the land management, water companies. It's the overpass basically that's right there in Cushing Street. They looked at this property, they saw this large area of underutilized land. That was just basically used for the bridge, and they're like, this would be a perfect place for a skate park, not only because it has enough room, but it's also a great way to block the sun. And that is, of course, in the summertime is our adversary, especially if you're a skater on hard surfaces, right? So looking at these digital mock-ups, they look fantastic. It looks beautiful because, everyone is driven underneath a bridge or an overpass and look to the side and you just see a bunch of gravel and maybe trash. Or maybe tents set up, like nothing that's catching the eye. Like you look at the proposition, the proposal of the skate park here, and it's a beautiful structure that's underneath the overpass, including even having the Arizona flag painted there on the whole setup. So this is a mock-up and a design that you worked with the team to come up with.
It's We Design Group based out of Tucson. They did we did a community outreach for everyone to kind of give their input. What we want to see down there.
Nice. Now, did you overcome? So with the arguments and the conversations you've been having for 9 years, and that tracks, right? Tucson is a slow town. When you want to get something done, they do it on Tucson time.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're right on time when it comes to Tucson time. 9 years seems about right. So have you gotten all the yeses in order, and what's the next step that we can make this dream a reality, and hopefully within the next year or two?
Shannon, do you want to talk about phase 2?
We need $600,000 more dollars.
$600,000 more dollars.
Anyone out there right now?
I don't know if anyone
please.
individually listening has
Yes.
$600,000 just to give real quick.
Friends.
So that's a lot of money for
It is.
constructing the skate park. But you have the green light from everyone involved as far as the city
Yeah.
management is concerned. Okay,
Yeah.
so mayor, city planners, water company, they're like, finally, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Regina's
yes.
been awesome. She's been supportive since day one.
Okay, and say that close into the mic so I can hear you. Yeah.
Regina Romero. Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're on the radio.
Regina Romero. She's been supportive when she was in Ward 1 before she was mayor. Yeah, she wants it to happen. Lane Santa Cruz, Ward 1 now has been really supportive.
Yeah.
What is it? Tucson Parks and Rec. Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, 600,000 sounds like a lot. I believe
It does.
we have one, like a little over $1 million right now for phase 1. So that's
nice.
what phase 1 will start with. And it's supposed to start in September because the money from Lane, they have to use that to start. So
Yeah.
it's supposed to start in September, but then, how much is going to get built and how long would it sit? Another 9 years. So
Yeah,
let's
and
get
well,
it
we
all
hope that's
now.
not the case. You know what's
Yeah.
so crazy about skate parks too, because you would think in layman's, like the thing simply, you're like, hey, this is just concrete, right? So why don't we lay out some concrete, kind of design it, throw in some rails? Why is it costing so much? But it is city land. It is underneath, city transportation, and I'm sure there's a lot of not only permits but a lot of hands involved. To make that cost happen. So you already have over $1 million raised. You're looking to raise 600,000 more. And is there any possible way to get any grants or anything like that there?
I mean, we just got money from Rio Nuevo.
Nice.
There was the Chahona Odom grant.
Nice.
Probably
Thank you for that,
some-
Valdez. I'm assuming he's involved. I don't know.
And I mean, you could apply for grants all day long.
I know. Yeah, it's one of those things. We're getting closer. So, okay, then how can, obviously every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So how can our listeners help to try to push you closer to that end goal of getting all the funds that you needed to get the Cushing Street Skate Park open and operational?
We have the link on our Instagram. They can donate. If anybody ever wants to do an event, anything, art show, bands, to just raise money. I know it's not going to be a lot of money, but it just gets the word out and it just helps a little bit. And then we have merch for sale, and that helps too, just to keep it going.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw the shirts too. The shirt's super cool. In fact, I was going to wear mine this morning, but it was dirty. I know. It was dirty. I already wore it,
Yeah,
I can't. I mean, it's the first time meeting you, Shannon. I want to smell, and trying to, first impressions, man.
I have a grown-up question. Are these donations tax deductible?
Yes.
Of course.
All right.
We
And
are.
I have the tax ID number.
Yay.
I don't know it.
There we go.
All right, we're going to continue the conversation here on the podcast broadcast, but Cushing Street Skate Park, I guess the website, well, you're going to find them on Instagram. There you're going to find links to be able to donate or just check out what they're proposing, how awesome the mock-up looks, and how cool it will really be for our community, not just for this generation, but future generations here in the old Pueblo. So at Cushing Street Skate Park on Instagram. In fact, I shared them to our stories on Instagram as well. So if you're friends with us, it's super easy to kind of click through and find them. We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We'll have more coming up after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. When you get this open and operating, you're not going to have to employ anybody to run the skate park, will you? Or will this be like a public facility where there's actual employees, people checking people in, making sure that, they're not messing around, stuff like that?
Yeah, it would be like a public park, like any other public park in Tucson. Trash cans
Right.
emptied out. The bathrooms is like half the cost of what the park is, which is crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
that was like the city's main issue was like, oh, we're gonna have to hire someone to go clean park or the bathrooms, but that's just the job.
That's a genuine concern. I mean, you have a bunch of people there. They got to go to the bathroom, and it's not like underpasses aren't used for being, public bathrooms. They definitely are, but it's not encouraged.
Yeah,
So
and it's something really close. I mean, there is the annex, the shipping
yeah.
container place, but still, it's like you gotta. If you really gotta go to the bathroom, you have to like walk all the way over there. So
Yeah. Or
It's not-
skate.
Is
Yeah.
there any concern that maybe the homeless might actually take over this park? Or
No, it'll close. It's gonna be gated, and it'll close at like Santa Rita Skate Park. They lock it up
Mhm.
at 11, and then
Okay.
it's just gonna be. I don't know how high the gate will be to get in, but to jump over, but it won't be. I don't think.
Yeah,
it'll be-
you can see in the mock-up here, and just it's such a cool concept now that you have here, but there's a gate surrounding it. So, public park that is gated. It'll be opened every morning. It'll be closed every night. Kind of like surveyed to make sure nobody's messing around. I mean, obviously, anything in the general public it could be vandalized or whatever. But if there's not constant supervision, you just kind of hope that people in the community appreciate it enough not to fuck with it.
Yeah.
They got a brick stamped bank wall, which would be dope. Kicker gap. I don't skate, but I played Tony Hawk, so I can understand. I really wish it's just like, Tony Hawk layout right now. Because I'm like, that's pretty dope, dude. Yeah, you got a cactus, like bump, right? So you can jump off a cactus.
Roll
You're
over.
going super Sonoran here, dude. So like this skate park is, screams Arizona and Tucson.
Yeah.
So it's something that has personality that I think skaters from around the world, when they come to town, they're like, I definitely want to kick around there.
I love it.
It's such an easy park for skate teams do demos when they tour.
Yeah.
And the location is like perfect. You're coming to Phoenix, going to Austin or wherever, New Mexico. This park is like right off the freeway. Need a hotel to stay at. There's the hotel. Like it's so perfect that you don't have to drive all the way through town to get to your location to skate.
Yeah, dude. And this is the location without them breaking ground. So you see the gaps where there would be sun. You see the plenty of room.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, what is it? Nothing. It's a dirt lot. It's a place where essentially unhoused can chill out. And we don't encourage that. We're looking for, ways to house the unhoused. Go for it.
I was going to say, it's a cool spot because the light rail goes right through it. So if you're downtown, you can go all the way from like University District down 4th Avenue, get dropped off right in front. And, there's a lot of traffic that goes through there. Everyone that lives A Mountain, Menlo Park, they all use Cushing Street to get over town.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, we just did the anniversary for Sunlink light rail, the streetcar. And they did 10 years, right? So we celebrated the 10-year anniversary with them. And, obviously, they're proponents of just the community and the culture in town. And they want a thriving downtown for every single one of the stops that Sunlink offers. So that wouldn't even be a bad one to kind of approach and say, how can we link up together?
I actually have reached out to them, and if they're listening, this would be great as well. I'd love to do advertising on the side of that for Cushing Street because it goes right past it.
Yeah.
It would be so great, like the t-shirt logo on there. So if anybody wants to help out with that would be, they seemed excited. It's a little pricey.
It is a little pricey to see that.
My
face is on there.
See something. I feel like I have seen you. That's
just
exactly
recently. Yeah.
But they were saying, a lot of the advertisements are not from in town, and that'd be amazing. Like go right past the park.
Yeah, because first off, they want. I took a tour. I got on the Sinlink, went all the way around and checking it out, and it's cool when it goes through campus, of course, seeing that. But and then the annex. But when you're going under the bridge, you're just going under the bridge, and you're seeing a dirt lot. It would be so much cooler to be able to see that fantastic skate park.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Caleb, I appreciate you joining us here and let us know all about the skate park. It's been a long time coming. When you come back to town, let us know. We'll have you in, do it all over again, and hopefully we continue to inch closer to that goal and make that happen. But, right now you already have over $1 million raised. So are you going to be breaking ground? Are you going to be starting it here soon? Is that what you were saying?
September. I don't know the exact date in September, but it's planned for the month.
Nice. And then so that will be the beginning and whatever comes from that, right?
Oh yeah.
I love it, dude. That's amazing. All right. Well, enjoy Mexico City. And hopefully we'll see you soon. And I'd say bring home some food, but
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah.
of course, absolutely. We're gonna kidnap Shannon for a little bit, but we'll you're okay with that.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. See you later. It's Caleb, everybody. Yeah. Do you watch the Olympics? Are you a skater, by the way?
When I was very young, and then
Okay.
I got swallowed.
Like 5 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
But my kid skates, and he's like a bird, and it's just the best thing for him ever. So,
Yeah.
however supportive I can be with that, and I've been friends with skaters my entire life. Artists, musicians. It's just such a creative thing. I'm a creative person, and just everything you were saying the whole time, it all makes sense, and it's community for sure.
Yeah. How many skate parks are in town? Do you know?
I was asked that question, and I think if I'm correct, 6, but I mean, I feel like 3 of those, like Catalina over, oh gosh, what is it, by Catalina High School over there? I mean, it's just a slab of concrete. You gotta bring your own
my daughter.
stuff.
My daughter went to that school and she'd hang out there. That's not a skate park.
But
That's
it's listed as a skate park.
That's so stupid, though.
Yeah.
And she would hang out at that skate park too, because she got little skater friends. And,
yeah.
And no, it wasn't a skate park. I'm looking at it, and it's literally just concrete, and then you bring some trash
your own stuff.
Yeah, to kickflip off of. It was brutal, and it's on a high school, property. Which there was one time there was an old guy my age, getting way too friendly with these kids, like that's on campus. Yeah. And I was just like, and my daughter's like, no, you don't understand. He's cool. I'm like, look, if you think he's that cool, that's the red flag. Because if you're really that cool, you're not trying to be BFS with 15-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not when you're 40. I'm pretty fucking cool. And like I see 15-year-olds. I'm like, that's cool, kid. You go do your thing. What I'm not gonna do is hang out with 15-year-old girls after school. That's what I'm not gonna do, because guess what? I'm the fucking Fonz, right? I'm cool enough to not do that. So but I'm not as cool as Snoop Dogg. And
you'll never be.
Okay. You don't need to rub that in, dude.
I mean, then there's Santa Rita's the one that my kid always went to. That's the closest to downtown. Again, Santa Rita never got fully finished. I think we were talking about that in the hallway. You can find the original plans. I mean, what they have is good, but there was supposed to be a whole other section. So phase 2, but it never got finished, and it's not going to, like that. That's what happens. So that's why I would love to just get the rest of the money now and have the whole thing built now.
Oh, I think grants is the answer. I wish obviously grant writers are the way it goes.
And Greg Jackson in Parks and Rec, I believe he's gotten 2 or 3 of the grants.
I think that'd be good for them. Of course, they have more parks to be able to, be able to maintain, and that's more of a tax initiative. And
totally.
I think, it's something that maybe should even be on the bill to vote for. I think a lot of citizens would vote to approve that.
Oh, I think they would too. And I'm sitting here looking, I mentioned things around the park. I mean, Caterpillar is right there. That's their neighbor. And Caterpillar adopted that road. They adopted Cushing Street Road. So I'm like, hi, adopt Cushing Street, And if you look online, they're philanthropists, and they're into sports. They adopt sports teams. So if they're listening, see, that's where I'm heading at this point. Like anyone local, big corporations that, they do help out, but this help us. Mr. Car Wash, I've heard, and we've sent these people things, but just don't hear back. So maybe that's what this can do. If somebody can hear it here.
You never know.
Do you know
maybe
somebody
Jim
in there?
Click is listening. Who
Exactly.
knows?
Yes,
maybe.
please. Yes. Yeah. Because you're part of the community. So
I am.
And the community does want
they
to
are.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Interwoven into it. Yes.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get on here in about a minute. And I brought up Snoop Dogg because I want to see Snoop Dogg carry the Olympic torch. Which is so amazing because I figure we're around the same age, Shannon and Valdez too. I can't tell because he looks like a giant baby.
I didn't know Snoop Dogg was doing
diaper and all.
See, I'm out of it. I'm out of it. I didn't know he was part of the Olympics.
Snoop Dogg went from LBC gangster to on trial for murder, right? To having his own porn company, to doing cooking classes with Martha Stewart. to being an entrepreneur and a sports announcer to now carrying the Olympic torch. Nobody in 1992 would say in the future, this dude is going to do all that. It's insane. It really is. And it's impressive too. So let's see. Anthony said, how much you guys have so far for the project, Bella? It's over $1 million they have so far. They need 600,000. So you know what? Honestly, Anthony, I think he has that. He has a company, so he'll just donate 600,000.
That would be
make
great. Thank you.
And Anthony, I didn't know you're in this video with Snoop Dogg too. That kind of looks like you right there. All right, we're gonna play this on the air, so let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. As we're hanging out here, of course, today kicks off the Summer Olympics, and they're already started. Snoop Dogg was announced to be one of the Olympic torch bearers, right? And this is a tradition that's been happening throughout the Olympics, where you hand off the torch goes person to person until you light up the Olympic torch. Snoop Dogg was second to last person to hold that torch. My question is he going to light up a joint with
This
it?
is what I was like, what's he lighting?
That's
it
what the
up with?
world is asking, right?
Well, you know.
You would have to. You have to.
Yeah.
That's once in a lifetime opportunity.
It's so great too that Snoop Dogg is a representative of USA athletics, all sports all together. Even though, like Snoop Dogg, of course, looked like growing up for the first 40 years of his life, looked like he was 80 pounds wet and wearing boots. I think that was an easy E line against him. So not necessarily athletic, but he is a fan of sport. And before he started carrying the torch, and the key is not to drop the torch, right? Is it ironic that the torch does look like a big joint?
Just bend it this way.
Yeah, doesn't it look like a joint that's lit? Maybe that's why they asked Snoop Dogg. They said, hey, this year, our Olympic torch is going to look like a pregnant joint. And we figured people in France are all about it. Look at them. They're serenading him as he's walking.
I would.
I'm going to have to edit this. That's so amazing that
It is a
Snoop.
big joint.
Yeah. And then there he is. He's crip walking his way, wearing his Trump ones. No, are those their gold shoes that Donald Trump literally just made famous for selling? I don't think those are Trump Force ones, but that would be even weirder in this bizarre world that we're living in today.
Is he wearing Power shoes?
Yeah. Those are the same shoes that Powers wears. So that's a Snoop Dogg just making history and adding to his legacy, a legacy unlike any other. There's no other gangster rapper in the history of West Coast gangster rap that could say that they both carried the Olympic torch and banged Martha Stewart. Those are two things Snoop Dogg holds over everybody, allegedly, but I'm thinking that. Since it is the Olympics, there are a lot of things and phrases that are going to be said on TV that we have never really heard before, but sound dirty. And I kind of want to share those with you just to kind of get you caught up so you know what these expressions are. Now, not everything not everything is something that you're not going to know, like breaststroke. Okay, we all know what breaststroke is, but in case you don't, it's one of 4 types of strokes in swimming. All right. How many different types of strokes you got when you go swim, Valdez?
I don't know how to swim.
Do you really not know how to swim?
I didn't swim to get here, so why should I learn?
Dude, you look like you could float pretty easily, dude. You look like a floater. In fact, actually, if we got flooded and then we got hit by the storm pretty hard last night. There was some flooding in areas. So if I was on Fort Lowell,
you could use me as a life raft.
Yeah, I would just jump on top of you. It's
Gross.
Well, it's okay. I mean, for the sake of survival. There are 3 others: a butterfly stroke, backstroke, and freestyle. Breaststroke, though, is one of those terms that might sound funny on the surface that you're going to hear during the Olympics, but now you know what it means.
So dog paddle's not one?
Nope, not an Olympic sport.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
They're all difficult.
They are. You saying the dog paddle? You don't know how to dog paddle?
They're all difficult.
Shannon, you know how to swim, right?
I do.
Yeah. See, we got an Olympic swimmer here in Shannon. All right. Well, you're going to hear the term hooking. Hooking is going to be a term that's going to be used a lot in the Olympics. But in this, it's weightlifting. Okay, so it's known as the hook grip. So it's not like Miracle Mile hooking. It's hooking when you're weightlifting. So if you're watching weightlifting, don't get confused. Also, snatch. Snatch is a term that you're going to hear in weightlifting. Weightlifting, super dirty sport. You know, they're all about snatches and hooking. But it's where they grab the barbell. It's lifted from the ground overhead in one smooth motion. Right. Actually, most of these funny terms are all weightlifting. Like the clean and jerk. Right. Clean and jerk is a term that you're going to hear. You know about that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Despite my body, I used to like be fit.
Yeah, you said you'd be
Back in
swole.
the day.
I can see you. I can see you as a power lifter with a mean clean and jerk. It's weightlifting, 2-part where you lift the weight. First one's lifted above the shoulders and overhead. This one sounds the weirdest, but you're gonna hear it during the Olympics if you just have it on in the background. It's called the shuttlecock. Have you heard of shuttlecock?
Oh,
Never heard of
Yeah,
it.
we're not talking about the street rail.
that's the thing with the paddles, right?
Badminton.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's the small projectile that players hit back and forth in badminton, also known as the birdie. And I understand why they changed the name. You're going from shuttlecock to birdie. I think birdie's the better name of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think so? Good. All right. So there's 5 funny terms you might hear during the Olympics and what they mean. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Got more coming up right after this. It's Rock 102.1. I see. And then we do a little radio stuff. What do you do as your job? You have a
I do have a job.
Yes. I figured as
saw
much.
that.
You look employed. Yeah.
I'm going there after this. I'm gonna swim there.
You can swim there. You can doggy paddle
and then
there.
weightlift. I work at Etherton Gallery down in Barrio Viejo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love it.
So 13 Gallery is like art gallery?
It is. It's a fine art photography gallery, but we have
Nice.
everything. So yeah,
You got a
I love
website
it.
for that? Let me pull that up.
EthertonGallery.com.
Okay. I see.
We'll be having here. I'm going to plug this one now, even though it's
Go
like
for it.
a
Is it the
month
number
from
13
now.
Gallery or you spell out 13 Gallery?
Oh, Etherton. I was wondering where you were getting 13. It's called Etherton.
Oh, Etherton.
Yeah. Did
How
that
did-
come out that way?
Did that what did you hear, Valdez?
I heard F13. I was like, whatever, man.
It's F13 Gallery.
I was like, what
Doesn't
did
it?
13 do to you? But whatever.
Yeah, man.
I was not close enough to the mic. Etherton Gallery.
Okay, spell it for me.
ETHERTON.
Way off, dude. Way off. Yeah, yeah.
No 13.
Gallery.
Yeah.
I know how to spell that. .com.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I feel good about it. Yeah.
Not enunciate it well. Need more coffee. We'll be so this is
Oh.
our current exhibition. You should come check it out. I'm there
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 5.
I do
Yeah,
like
beautiful.
photography.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one's a great one to come to. It's kind of all of the owner of the gallery, all of his heavy hitters, kind of his I mean, there's so much great work there. So
Yeah. Nice.
yeah.
And it specializes in photography.
Mainly photography.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, someone that I don't know if you would be familiar with this, but this movie just came out, The Bike Riders. And it came out in early June. I don't even know what month it is anymore.
July.
And it
That was last month.
Yeah, like, is it August yet? It was based on a photographer that Terry's worked with him for like 40 years, Danny Lyon, and he did a documentary called The Bike Riders, and
Nice.
they made a Hollywood version of it. But what was cool for me, I see those, we have those photographs there. So come in, I have the portfolio in my office. Come back, we'll take a look, and then go see the movie. It's cool to see, at least for me. I was like, I know that photograph. I know that photograph. I know that photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very hipster moment watching that documentary. Like, yeah, you got all that.
Yeah.
Versed in it. How long you been working for the galleries?
I have lost track of time, but I believe it's probably about the amount of time the skate park's been. I think like 8 years, 7,
Okay.
8 years now. Yeah.
Nice. That's that's beautiful.
Yeah. We have openings. We'll have another opening. September 29th will be our next one. Our summer show is the longest show. And we do 4 throughout the year. So
Nice. Yeah, like exhibitions or so. Do you have wine there too when you do those?
Free wine.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So definitely come for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
DJs out on the patio. It's great. And then the other galleries along the stripper road there, it's Convent. They all open up and it's great.
Yeah. I love these too because they're, these images are like, open to an interpretation.
Yeah.
This is so erotic right
You
here.
should pull up Danny Lyons. Pull up.
Oh, look at that picture.
Wow.
That's a really
that's
famous
picture.
photograph.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this is Harold Edgerton. Okay.
Yeah.
So he passed away in 1990, huh? So
But that's a classic one.
That
I
is a
remember
classic.
seeing that in like science books.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we have that at the gallery.
I think
so
that one's
come-
titled Apple Pen.
Come see.
is titled what?
Apple Pen.
No, that's not what it's titled. What is the title for this?
I should know because I put it on the website. But so much
Dropping
stuff
the ball
there,
today,
so-
man.
It's so amazing seeing this too.
Yeah.
And honestly, we just had that rally, and unfortunately, the shooting that happened at that rally. But there was a picture there that caught the bullet in air, and you
Oh.
could see the bullet in air too. And you're just like,
That's
Is that
crazy.
real though? Was
You don't
that
think that's real?
I don't know.
well, yeah, I mean, I understand the skepticism
Wouldn't
there
trust
because,
anymore.
yeah, exactly,
I don't know. I
right.
guess my lock screen Ariana Grande picture is not real either. so whatever. I don't know.
Well,
what
I
to
don't
think.
think that
But
one's
you
real.
could come see this for real. The real.
This is for real,
print of it. And that's
How
what we
many-
have there.
I mean, how many takes you think it took him to capture this?
He
picture?
probably got it first thing.
Right, but it's just like
Yeah.
super speed, taking
Fast shutter speed.
fast shutter speed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should pull up if you have time. I'm not telling you what to do.
I got
but
time.
You
Tell me
should
what to do.
pull up the bike riders portfolio. Go
Okay,
back.
okay, I'm going back.
I like this one, but go down. Yeah, right there. This one right there.
Which
Bike riders.
okay, I see it. Yeah, you're
Click on
pointing to a
that.
screen, but I got
Yeah.
the mouse here.
Yes,
Okay,
I
so-
know.
I did the same thing of like pointing. He can't see.
Yeah. I mean, you're right in front of me.
Yeah. So
Mm.
he did this in like started in 1963 and went to 67. Before that, he had been working on Memories of Southern Civil Rights. Danny Lyon's amazing. He's an amazing photographer.
Damn, look at that guy go to town on the
big piece of
watermelon. That's a
watermelon,
huge
yeah.
piece of watermelon.
Wow.
Back in the 60s, they know how to make watermelon, dude. I don't see watermelon like that at all anymore.
Are those cans
was
of beer
better.
next to the watermelon?
Yeah. And this is when bikers and stuff, look how beautiful biker lady is and stuff. It's before they got all leathered.
And then Danny joined this club, I mean, he immersed himself in his documentary, which a lot of photographers do. It kind of started out more as street racers and then turned into the clubs. I mean, the amount of time he worked on this and he got to know all these people. There's audio recordings of them. That's what they made the movie out of.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
It's so funny too. And it's great that they capture that. I went up to Phoenix about like a month and a half ago, and I stopped at the gas station on my way back in, and there was like a moped gang, like where it was. Now I've seen like crotch rocket, like a car club or motorcycle clubs. I've seen all different types of car clubs for sure, but this is the first time that I saw. It was almost like Vespa in a way,
Mhm.
but it seemed even like kind of weirder than that. And yeah, there was like a whole like 40 of them. A whole thing,
Yeah.
and I wasn't threatened at all. I felt super safe, but I was just like, man, you guys
You're like
waking
that.
up.
That's a motorcycle gang I could join.
That's Danny. That's the self-portrait right there, working
Nice.
on his Triumph. But yeah, no, that's a community and a group, just like skaters. You all feed
Oh,
off
yeah.
of each other. You all help each other. I think the thing with I'm segueing to skateboarding again.
Yeah,
but
it's good though.
But it is a solo sport. But that's where you meet your friends. Like my kid has met some of his best friends.
For sure.
And I hear that from everybody, and you meet all walks of life. And hey, I don't go to the park with him anymore because I always had to sit outside, anyways. And I love
It's like,
watching.
Mom,
yeah,
and you seem like a cool
And-
mom,
and
but it doesn't
Barry-
even
no,
matter.
I'm not cool to him at all.
I know, isn't that funny though? I mean, it's the
Not
same
at
thing.
all.
As soon as teenagers, like my daughter's 18,
Yeah,
just now getting cool
That's my
again.
son's
But
age.
like as soon as puberty hit,
yeah.
no matter what
Please
you do,
hide.
how cool you may
Yeah.
be perceived to others, you're the biggest square they've ever
Yes.
seen, and
Yeah.
biggest embarrassment.
Nerd.
You're like,
Always.
sorry, son, I run a motorcycle gang. Like the entire inspiration of Breaking Bad was off of me. What, not cool enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, going back to my son, I think, like just watching him, I remember he started going to a lot of the meetings about the skate park when he was still a little nugget,
Yeah.
and now he's a big nugget. And it's
Yeah.
like it's still
And he's a major
not
proponent on it too.
Phil. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's just cool it's so great to watch that. And,
Did your son go to Catalina as well?
He was at Tucson High. He graduated this year. So
Oh yeah. So did my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they know each other.
Yeah.
It is a small town after all.
That school is huge.
Yeah, Tucson. I was gonna go to Tucson High and Catalina, same district, same thing. Which basically they're just like, fuck these kids. We're just gonna push them through.
But skateboarding helped him through. I remember when he had bad days, just take him to the park, and all of it was forgotten. Like it's just good for your mental health and your physical health and community and all the things that we've talked about. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, I want to share with you a quick video. We Valdez and I found our spirit animal. Now Valdez doesn't even know that it's my spirit animal, or his spirit animal as well. I'm going to assume that it's his spirit animal, and it's amazing. So here's a bear in the woods. Okay. Now, obviously we know the answer. Yes, the bear poops in the woods, but this is not a pooping video. All right. So I just want, I want to tell you that right now.
We're a classy show.
We are a lot classier than that. So here's the bear, and this is just fantastic and adorable. So our wildlife feature today is our spirit animal right here. And then boom, passes out. So the bear just let it rip, and then as soon as he did, was like, that's enough, I'm out. Just fell asleep. Is that not the most adorable and juvenile thing you've ever seen, or at least especially seen today? But you're talking. You ever hear a bear fart?
Never. That's a
but
first.
you did now.
I did. Now I can die happy.
Sorry, Shannon. Did anyone say come into this educational show? I don't
you learn
think
something every day.
Yeah, like that. But and then just passed out. And so I felt good for that bear at that moment. I did. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it classy as we go here. And that was for you, Manny. Your spirit animal as well, I'm sure.
But the visual, his little bear paws are up to the sky, like.
Yeah. Have you ever passed gas so well where you're just like, woo, I gotta take a nap? No? Am I letting you know too much?
Thinking about it.
Yeah. You don't have to answer that, Shannon. We know the answer is yes, but
yes.
Every
day.
Every day, every single day. That's
toot
right.
nap.
Yes. The good old toot nap. So that's our spirit animal. Am I wrong?
I relate to that bear so hard.
That's what I'm saying. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And then we got a couple more things we'll talk about here on now.
I'm nervous now.
You shouldn't be nervous. That's as PG-13 as we're gonna get. Okay. I feel like no one gave you the heads up of what you're walking into.
No, and I didn't drink enough coffee.
So how was this presented to you initially?
To come here,
Mhm.
I was told to do it. No.
Yeah, just told to do it. Yes.
Yeah, Bella reached out. Yeah.
Bella is an aggressive
So,
representative of the show.
Again, that's great. You gotta have that. But again, it's like meeting somebody. I think we had done an interview, and
Did she tell
saw
you?
that.
She's like, it's like the local version of The View. Like, it's very classy.
Yeah, she didn't tell you that.
She didn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
Which is probably good. I'm just kidding.
Oh, would this setup?
I
Yeah, like I know that you work in an art gallery, so that's pretty classy. I get it. And I know maybe the name, me playing videos of bears farting seems unclassy, but the name.
That's what people look at every day. I know it.
I think the name represents the concept of the show in itself, because it's an oxymoron, it's contradictory. So we could go one level, talk about the community and something that maybe more a little thought or emotion provoking, right? And then on the other level, we could watch a bear fart and pass out.
The whole thing.
And they're both equally as valuable in my mind. Equally
I
as
love
valuable.
nature.
Yeah, don't you love nature?
Yeah.
Seriously. And have you ever seen
I don't
bear
know,
fart?
man. I've seen bears out there, but yeah, that was the first for me.
Yeah. So
I'm from Kentucky, first for me.
there you go. So Shannon's from Kentucky, and surprisingly, the very first time that she saw a bear fart and pass out. And we're back here live on the air. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, the classiest, most highbrow show on radio. Beef Vegan Presents. That's the way that we brand it. I'm sorry. Was that? Should I save that video for Monday? I had to
No.
show. Yeah, I'm like,
No.
You broke Valdez. You broke him.
what part of Kentucky were you from?
Well, I grew up in the sticks.
So you've seen
But-
bears. You're familiar with bears.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
never-
usually like the little
never
brown
liked that,
bears, right?
though.
Or little black bears where they're super
they
docile and-
were, yeah.
not the grizzly
black
bears that
bears.
would be
Never
aggressive.
saw a grizzly bear.
Yeah, that's
no,
good.
No.
Yeah. All right. So but yeah. So what brought you out here?
Grad school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I fell in love with it, and I love Tucson. It's great.
Yeah. So from the well, I mean, growing up in the green nature of Kentucky, right? Because you're in the sticks, literal trees, grass
Mhm.
everywhere. Then you come out to the opposite of that,
Mhm.
and the dry climate and the dirt, and you're just like, this is where I should be.
I love it here.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you'll never go back to
No.
Kentucky to live, huh?
No
Yeah.
What
So
was your major?
photography.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
yeah, which Shannon does work for a gallery here that features fantastic gallery and photography exhibits for sale. They sell, prints, and the name of that gallery again is
Atherton Gallery.
Etherton Gallery, not
Got it,
13
this
Gallery. Ah, not
I really
F13.
enunciated that.
Yes, absolutely. Which they do, showcases and wine tastings with their images.
Wow.
And right now, I'm sure these like photography galleries, they all have themes. Or like every month, there's some kind of running kind of theme.
Yeah,
right?
like every couple months. Yeah. This our summer show was what we took to New York to an art fair in New York, and then
Okay.
whatever we didn't sell, we brought back here to show people in Tucson.
Is there any prominent Tucson photographers that gain nationwide or global
there's
notoriety?
so many good photographers here. There's so many good artists here. Yeah,
Well, we're a pretty artistic town.
we
We're
are,
kind of like
but-
Portland-esque in a way that we're equally as weird,
Mhm.
and we're a very creative community. So
That's what I love about it. And when we were talking in the beginning about, you were mentioning Mexico City, and I was like, yeah, I'll go there. But then I mentioned Oaxaca. I look at, I don't know the comparison, but I think of Phoenix as like Mexico City,
Yes.
and Oaxaca as Tucson.
yeah, no,
both-
I think that's a fantastic comparison,
Yeah.
actually. What would you consider Rocky Point?
Maybe the beach town in Oaxaca.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I just don't know. Just curveball questions. All right. Yeah.
got that one.
All right. Well, we're gonna hit the reset on the FM side. We'll be back with your beef tip, and on the podcast broadcast, we're gonna watch a bear fart again because that was amazing.
Oh, God, not
Please.
again.
Super
Not
highbrow.
again.
Where you going, Shannon? No, I won't play it twice. Even though,
I'm gonna see it from somebody today. I'm sure.
yes, and I'm sure it's everything can be perceived as art if it's
Yeah.
presented in the right way. So I
Yes.
mean, I did not do that. I
That
failed to
angle was
present it.
artistic, the way that they shot it. You
I know.
notice the feet. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
the feet.
Yeah. See, a totally different angle with the whole different
Ser-
video.
And that I'm sure there's an OnlyFans page now just featuring that shot, just because there was feet involved.
Yeah.
Little bear paws.
Feet and farting. You're talking 6 figures on OnlyFans. That's a fact. They do that. Yeah, I guess you didn't know that, but yeah, it's nice to meet you, Shannon. It's like-
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I was a little nervous. I'm vegetarian. I was like, I can't go on this show.
Well, I have the vegan last name.
I know.
Yeah.
that's-
So were you ever vegan and then had to transfer back to?
I did it for a little bit, and that's how I knew I was pregnant, because I wanted to drink a gallon of milk.
That was a craving.
I knew it.
That's
And I
funny.
hadn't, but I don't drink milk anymore. But no, I like cheese, so I can't be vegan.
Yeah, so that's the compromise, and I get that. So my daughter's vegan right now,
Nice.
right? And of course, they don't get vegan cheese. They haven't figured it out yet. They figured
Yeah.
everything else out as far as proteins are concerned, and you could have lots of things that
Yeah.
you're just like, I can't believe this is vegan, with the exception of cheese.
That's
So
a
there's
tough
no
one.
impossible cheese out there.
Yeah, it's so funny that your pregnancy craving was milk. Mine
Oh, God,
was
awful.
I had a sympathy craving, and this actually turned me on to eating, and you're gonna hate this, but fish, right? So when my ex was pregnant with my daughter, I craved fish like nobody's business, and I was eating it. I would eat it straight out the can, little packets. I would make salmon in the oven and do all this stuff, and I never ate fish before that. I was shellfish. I could do that, but never ate fish. And my ex hated it because she couldn't stand the smell of fish because she's pregnant. Yeah. So it was this weird thing where it's like, I'm sorry, all I want to eat is fish.
Doing that, right?
Around her, yes, but then I'm secretly like in the back of the house eating fucking fish out of a can. Not even tuna fish, but
you got rollies eating fish tacos. You're like, oh
yeah. I mean, I wish I even knew about that back then, but yeah, I mean, honestly, it was weird. So you had the same thing. You're vegan. And then you're just like, I just want dairy so much.
Yeah. So I think I was not. Yeah. My body was like, fuck you. Like,
yeah. You need a little bit of this, even though milk for adults is just bad. We know that it doesn't work for us.
The second the child exited my body.
Yeah.
No more dairy.
I think we're also, with the exception of cheese, we're all like, as we get older, we get more lactose intolerant. I think all of us do. Maybe you are lactose intolerant and you don't know, and it causes inflation, and you're really only 180 pounds, but you're just puffy
from all the cheese.
Yeah, dude, you're just inflated, dude. Try not eating milk for 3 days, and you're gonna be like that bear, just deflate and pass out.
It was like his soul left his body. He was like, and I'm done.
I'm telling you, like that made me want to take a nap. I was so impressed. I don't often get, fart envy, but when I do,
like Ron Burgundy, you're like, I'm not even upset. I'm impressed.
I know. No, I know. So yeah, and then ever since then you've done cheese, and so you're vegetarian.
Yes.
Where's your favorite place to go to for vegetarian meals? We're kind of like a foodie type show.
Well, this could be both. I just went here with a friend yesterday. Little Poca Cosa downtown, amazing.
Little Poca Cosa, is that
so
Mexican food?
Yes.
Okay.
It's amazing, and they have meat, and they have veggie, and they have vegan, and
but do you have like a big veggie menu?
They do. I got the relleno, and they have they do. Yeah.
See, the relleno, that's so not so vegetarian. No, you're cheating on so many levels.
Well, there's so much cheese in it.
Cheese, but then egg as well for the batter.
Yeah. Well, I have chickens, so.
Yeah, the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not vegetarian at all.
Well, I don't eat chicken. I have chicken in my backyard. I should have brought you some eggs.
Okay. Yeah. Fresh eggs are the best from chickens, and honestly, I think everyone should have some chickens in their backyard. We have a couple streamers that do. And so do you eat eggs?
I guess I did because I had the relleno.
Yes, that's right.
You got me.
Such a bad vegetarian.
Yeah,
I love busting vegetarians and vegans. Hold on,
made his day.
We're back here live on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Just letting Shannon know she's not as good as a vegetarian as she thought she was.
She's chile rellenos.
Yeah, chili rellenos. Yeah, so that will be our beef tip today. Chili rellenos are delicious, no matter where you get them. Honestly, it's really impossible to find a bad chili rellenos. But if you're gonna get just the basic cheese stuffed chili relleno, that batter there has egg. It's like an egg batter. In fact, actually, it's pretty much all egg, right?
Really
yeah, dude. Yeah. So you're like, no, I'm vegetarian. I only eat cheese. I don't do egg. I'm like, chili relleno. That's like 4 eggs. It's like they dip it in what scrambled eggs would be. They just dip it in eggs and then they fry it, and it's delicious. Right? Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you enjoyed it.
That was so good.
Yeah, of course it was so good because it had eggs in it.
Yeah.
So.
That's right.
All right,
but they have good horchata coffee. Yeah. Yeah, that place is great.
Well, Shannon, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us.
Thank you.
And Cushing Street Skate Park is the initiative. Follow them on Instagram and help them raise money so we can have an excellent new skate park underneath that Cushing Street Bridge, because it's just docile land. We need something there for the community, for the kids, and something for us to be proud of, and something that's super cool that's right there by the Amex.
Tax deductible.
Yeah. All right. So unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. So my beef tip to you is enjoy those rellenos because they're dipped in all those delicious eggs. Put some chicken in it too while you're at it. Might as well. No. It's already covered in eggs there, Shannon. Same thing.
Oh my God.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back Monday morning. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your